Hey guys, welcome to Aaron's Review. This is video number 88, and in today's video we'll be looking at the SP2000 in copper. As many of you know, last time I mentioned the fact that I sold my SP1000 copper, mainly thinking of upgrading, and yes, I have finally purchased one. I've already unboxed it and used it, but I thought I'll show you a quick demonstration what's inside. As you probably know, I've not been posting much videos right now, mainly to the fact of, well, first of all, you should know about the coronavirus that's happening in China. So that's affecting things everywhere, mainly in Hong Kong as well. Things are quieting down, business is quieting down, streets are a bit more quieter. Not as quiet as China, but still. People are being desperately trying to get face masks because that is what you're going to be using every day if you could go out now. So, yeah, finding ways of getting face masks. Another issue was maybe toilet papers. Yes, people are fighting for toilet papers. People are fighting, well, not for fighting for food, but they're buying more stock just in case. And yeah, so it's a bit weird. I mean, I wasn't here during the SARS season, but this coronavirus is affecting everybody. So I'm hoping that for those who are watching from Hong Kong, do stay safe. Watch out for yourself, watch out for the family. If possible, try not to go out if you can. But if you want to get some fresh air, then if you have a balcony, I do recommend getting some fresh air in the balcony. And then look outside so that you get some scenery instead of looking at your walls in your home. Anyway, that is what I want to mention, but I'll try to post some more videos. Obviously, another thing that affects me is probably the atmosphere. You know, things are feeling not as before, you know, with this virus that has spreaded. Anyway, let's get to the unboxing. And the SP2000, I just want to clarify that this item is not brand new. If I were to purchase this brand new in Hong Kong, it's about 29,900, and that is the retail price. But obviously, when you buy from the shop, I'm sure you can negotiate to get some discount. So you can probably ask the shopkeeper, such as DMA or whatever place you were buying at, what is the best discount that they can offer. Right, so with me, SP2000 I've tested it many times. You've seen videos of me testing it out at various places. Well, this time I've actually went and purchased one. I did actually try stainless steel first and copper again in the shops before I actually purchased this secondhand one. So why did I go for a secondhand one? First of all, a secondhand one is going to save me a vast amount of money, almost half price. Well, more, yeah, almost. When I say almost, I'm actually paying a slightly more than half price of what you would actually be paying. So why was it almost half price? Well, first of all, this is one that is not made in Hong Kong. So roughly what I'm not getting is warranty. So if I have any problems, I won't have Hong Kong warranty, but I will still be able to get it fixed. It's just the fact I won't have Hong Kong warranty, so that means that they might charge me more if there any problems arise. Hopefully nothing happens or any issues. Generally speaking, have I had any issues with AK Plus? Yes, I have had it once with a secondhand AK380 copper. The battery, I think, was enlarging, and that was like an old player, and then I took it back, but that was had warranty. Even if you were to take it to ECT, which is the main supply in Hong Kong where you would take this back to, they will first of all charge you 500 just to look at it. After that, they will figure out how much it will cost to get it fixed with the various components. SP2000 is definitely the one that I went for because I like the vocals more. It is another step up from the SP1000. Is it comparable to this SP1000 with amp? As you probably know, I do also have the amp. Actually, I did have the amp. In order to make this purchase, I've actually sold my SP1000 copper. While I was doing that, I thought about the SP1000 with amp. And the amp, I thought, was like, I'm only using that at home. So the amp was like an extra item. It did boost this in many ways. It was almost comparable to the SP2000. But the thing is, I was only able to enjoy that item when I was at home. So that is the reason why I've also sold that. But don't worry, I still have the SP1000 in stainless steel here, and I am keeping that. As I said, this will retain the instrument detail, so these two players are slightly different in sound quality. We can probably do a comparison of that in a future video. I've still not done a 64 audio or A18 that I've had. So I went for the copper, mainly for the vocals. There is an improvement over the SP1000 for sure. So for those who are not purchased the SP1000 or think of purchasing an AK player, then the best way to go would be to buy the SP2000, mainly because it is another level to the SP1000. But if you add it to the SP1000 with amp, it is almost comparable, with the fact that maybe the SP2000 just is another little bit notch higher, so that you get a bit more detail. There is more instrument. Obviously there is the weights as well. That is the reason why I've sold the amp. I'm not able to use the amp when I'm outside, so that means either I unplug it, which is a hassle from the amp, and then I use that way. So that's the reason why I've purchased the SP2000. And another thing that you should probably know is the fact that the SP2000 is also 512 gigabytes, where the SP1000 was 256. You're able to actually insert a micro SD card, which I have already. So I've actually taken my old micro SD card, which is 200 gigabyte, and bunged it inside here. So right now it's about 700-ish gigabyte of music inside. Obviously when you buy something secondhand, you obviously ask the seller, if possible, maybe give me all your songs, which he did, about 200 gigabytes. So instead of just buying a machine, I'm actually also getting his songs for free. I mean, some people are always nice. I mean, when I sold my SP1000, I always try to, you know, here is a little bonus. So let's talk about the specs. So it's a bit long video. This is 30,000 of player. As I said, I didn't pay that much. For me, the reason I don't want to pay that much, well, first of all, I'm trying to save some money. Is there always a need to buy a new item? Not really. Is it always by warranty? Yeah, well, if possible, yes. But since I'm getting a much discount, I thought warranty, not a big issue. I've bought some secondhand players before. Obviously, after the warranty expired, there's no warranty, so you're getting roughly the same thing. This item looks brand new. One of the things that I tested when I purchased a secondhand player. Make sure that it all works, which I did. I spent about 10 minutes with the person, listening, testing. I tested the 2.5 millimeter. I tested the 3.5 millimeter. You test it with to see if it charges. One thing that I would definitely test is to see if it turns on properly and turns off properly, because I have actually purchased a brand new SP1000 player before, where it was fine when I purchased it, but after a couple weeks or months, when I turn it on, the screen looked a bit funny when it was turning off or turning on. I quickly saw that went away, but don't worry, that person who purchased it from me also got warranty, so if any problems arise with that screen, he could take it back. But with this one problem is no warranty, but I'm saving a lot, and that is the reason why I purchased it. And another thing, the person who purchased this straight away put on the plastic coating for the SP2000, which is one of the important things that I recommend when you buy the SP1000 or 2000 player, especially with stainless steel or copper. It actually retains the quality of what it looks like from start to new, and it doesn't. What the most important thing is the oxidization with the copper material. I've done a video of the AK380 where the copper, the oxidization turns to, well, rust. So that's what I'm trying to prevent when I actually put on those protectors, and that roughly costs 500 to do that process. But I didn't do that because the other person had already done it for me. So that is the reason why I actually purchased this item, and I was also able to negotiate at a good, decent price, which is like almost half price. Yeah, maybe just about 2,000 or 3,000 more I need to pay. Right, just to clarify, the SP2000 looks like this. I don't have my SP1000 right now in the box, so I can't compare it with you. There is actually 3 models for those who don't know. We have the stainless steel version. We have the Onyx Black, by the way. There is an Onyx Black version for the SP2000. And there's also the copper, but I went for the copper mainly because I've tried the copper and that's what I like the most. It is a 5-inch screen, same as the SP1000. It is 720 by 1280. It's just a touchscreen display. What it supports is WAV, FLAC, WMA, MP3, OGG, APE, AAC, ALAC, DFF, DSF, and MQA. MQA playback is possible. It allows you to do tidal masters, local files, external USB, and MQA CD ripped. Okay. Up to DST 512 is possible with this one. And with the balanced or unbalanced, it provides 3.0 VRMS ohms. With the balance, it's just at 6.0 VRMS low, that is conditioned with no load. So what is that difference with the SP1000 amp? Well, with the SP1000 amp, it was at 10 ohms, 10 VRMS with balance, and I think with unbalanced, it was at 6. So, but as I said, the power is almost the same with the amp providing a bit more, but if you're getting more detail and clarity, then the SP2000 is doing that better. And another thing is much lighter because you've only got the play here, while the other, when you dock with the amp, is as the SP1000 with the amp. That makes it much heavier. CPU is octa-core. The DAC, by the way, is the AK4499EQ x2 Geo DAC. As far as I'm aware, this is a desktop DAC chip, as far as I'm aware. Hence the reason why it's another upgrade over the SP1000 for sure. Input decoding is up to 32 bits with 7068 kHz bit-to-bit playback. It is USB 3.0 Type-C so that you can fast charge. Output, there is unbalanced at 3.5 mm. There's optical out at 3.5 mm, and also there's a balance out at 2.5 mm, only 4 ports supported. We have Wi-Fi 802.11 A, B, G, and AC is all supported with 2.5 and 5 gigahertz for those who want to upgrade. Reading the forums on the SP2000, there is some firmware upgrades. Currently, this player is at 1.16. Fantastic. Why? Because I heard some people saying that the 1.18, which is the next firmware, changes the sound slightly and it's actually gone down. And after that, there is a newer one, which is released like a couple days ago, 1.19. That improves the sound quality over the 1.18 firmware, but it's still less than 1.16. So I'm happy that when I got the system, it was at 1.16. I am not going to upgrade the firmware to the 1.18 or even the 1.19, since I know that the sound quality, according to people on Headfi, say that the 1.16s and 1.13 are equivalent. So that's why I'm going to keep this as it is. The dimensions of this is 3.00, which is 76.3 mm. That's the width. The height is 5.19, which is 132 millimeters, and the depth is 0.61, which is 15.7 millimeter. This is just slightly, I think, is wider and a little bit taller than the SP1000. With the Onyx and the stainless steel version, the weight is 410.8 grams. With the copper version, it is 432.4. So this is definitely heavier, as far as I'm aware, than my stainless steel SP1000 for sure. I don't have the copper version with me, but I remember the copper version was slightly heavier. But this one is even heavier. So for those people who've actually sold the SP1000 and went for a lighter, like the SP1000M, then, and you found that that was heavy, then this one is even more heavier. So you might have to think about that if you're thinking of upgrading. But then again, this is definitely lighter than the SP1000 with amp. So I'm happy to say that within these couple of days, I'm now traveling again with the SP2000. Well, that is if I'm able to go out. Then I will travel with the SP2000 because I'm actually getting that sound quality that I'm getting from an amp player, but obviously without the amp. Capacity of 3,700 milliamps. By the way, yes, the battery is now less than before. 8 hours continuous playback is what the SP2000 does. I recall that the SP1000 was about 10 hours. Charging time, if you're using fast charge, is 2.5 hours. If you're using a normal charger, which is 2 amps, then it's 5 hours. Memory, as I said, is 512 gigabyte, which is fantastic. It is the NAND, and you're able to insert 1 micro SD card, which is 1 TB if you want to. I've just bunged in my 200 gigabyte on this one, while my SP1000 stainless steel over there is using the 512 gigabyte. It supports Windows, supports Mac, so it doesn't, you know, all that fancy stuff. So a bit of spec information there. This is the copper version. I am now going to show you what this is like. On the side with the SP2000 CM512 copper, it looks similar to the SP1000 box. We have the A and K altimeter. This is the talk spec model. Bit of information in English, Japanese, German, French, specification Chinese, Korean of course, since this is made in Korea, Spanish, simplified Chinese as well, Russian. And SP2000 on the side, we can see this is the copper version because it will tell you that what color it is inside. The person who purchased it in Vietnam, but it doesn't matter. Before I purchased it, I asked the guy to make sure to send me all pictures, tell me any problems, because I don't want to buy this if there's any problems, so it would be wasting my time and it's wasting their time. The person was able to come to me, so that means I didn't have to travel far. That means I just went to the train station that's closest to me, and then I tested it and paid for it. So I'm actually saving a lot of money. So no, it is not always good to buy something new, because it's like buying a car. You buy, well, unless it's an antique car. If you buy something new, it quickly loses its value, and then you're like losing a lot of your money. While I'm sure that person who sold it to me has lost a lot of this money, even though he might purchase it at a cheaper cost. Maybe Vietnam is slightly cheaper. Alright, so I've already opened it and used it, but as again, it's like here is the wooden box that they have, just to show that this is their premium product. Hard wooden box, nothing new. Inside, when we open it, we have the leather case. We have the let's just open the leather case for now. Inside here, nothing. First of all, you'll see that we have some materials to cover the top, which is good. We have the front screen protector. We have the top protector. We have two actually. We also have one for the back, the top back part. So that's what's included inside. We have some maintenance information. We have a quick start guide, and it seems to be a more detailed one as far as I'm aware. Bit of information, nothing that I mostly read since I've been using one before. We have warranty, but I knew what I was getting into. Inside here we have the leather case. The person has used it. Inside there is also the micro SD card. This is the one that fits at the bottom to stop dust getting in. The leather case is brown for the copper version. It depends. You can see there's a slight marking there. That I'm not using this case for sure. The case is, as I mentioned, that with all my purchases, I don't like the Astell and Kern case. Yes, it's leather. Yes, it's fantastic, but still, it doesn't protect it fully, which is the reason why I don't like it, and that's why I've always purchased an extra case. It protects it nicely at the back, so thankfully that person has used it, but he's not kept it in a good state. It doesn't matter. I'm not using it. I will still keep it. And then, so let me just put that back because I'm not using it. Yeah, so it's a long video today, but I think it deserves it, especially with what the cost is. Still a bit of stuff here. Oh, a bit more protector. There's one for the back. So that's actually two bits. Two full protectors for the top part. Accessories not been changed much, but as I said, I would prefer if they actually included a better case, leather case with it, than the one that they provide. There is the Dignus ones that I've seen for the SP2000. They are about, there's two versions, I can't remember the names, but 1000 is like 1280 and 1480, depending which one. Is the Patina one, that's the more expensive one. I have been using the Patina cases with my SP1000, and in fact this is my SP1000 Patina case with the SP1000 that I have. You can see here that it protects it around the side, but with the newer SP2000, what happens with the newer ones, the fact that you actually have to side load this into your case. So there's like an opening flap here. You slide it in and you wrap your leather part inside and tuck it inside. But guess what? The top is also now protected with the new SP2000 Patina cases. And this is one of the colors, and there's brown also available if you're interested in buying an SP2000 case. But that is a lot of money. 1,480 Hong Kong dollars to buy a leather case. You can spend that buying maybe the TRI T3, as I recall. I've not tested that, but I've been looking into that one. I'm still looking at the Bloom 05, which is not available yet. So I will get some more INI monitors when some of the ones that I'm interested become available. Yeah, so I've still got this from selling my SP1000 copper player. Next, coming to the main thing, here is the player. As I mentioned, this is not brand new, but I thought I'll put it back into original state to show you what it looks like. Here, by the way, it has already been protected with a plastic soft protector that somebody spent 1 or 2 hours, hence the reason why they charge 500 Hong Kong dollars, or well, it depends which you go. He said to me he paid 500. I do know another person who would charge me 300, but probably he went to another shop. You can see that the micro SD card is now at the bottom and not at the very top. What's changed? Well, as I mentioned, it is heavier. It is slightly wider. It is also wider here on the side. The screen is exactly the same. What's changed is this micro SD card. This, I think, on this right side has changed a little bit, but the person who's put this on has done a good job. He has put plastic all around the machine. You can see it at the back. This is now black because just to let the, I think, signal go through better with the Wi-Fi and maybe a bit of heat. It has been protected, and there is all plastic since first day. We can see that this is nice and shiny, like a gold piece of, well, it looks like gold. At the very top, how do you know this is the SP2000? Well, first of all, you can clearly see that this is all black, where the SP1000 or SP1000 stainless steel or copper would be the same color. So that's how you can tell. And there's a better chip inside, hence the reason why you're getting better sound quality. As far as I'm aware, it's a desktop one. I'll switch it on. Well, I'll switch it on in a minute. So let's get to what else is inside. Well, we have inside just some extra cable, which I never take out. It's just a USB-C. I've got a couple of those. I never take these out. Why? There's no point. I've always had phones which you are using USB-C, so that's why I've always had a couple. And underneath here, there is some these just to silica gel on both sides. And roughly, that is what is inside. So we're now going to turn on. So before applying that body cover, you should always put on that plastic protector first, which is what they've done, and then after that you then wrap it again. You are getting slightly 2 hours less than the SP1000. That is one thing to note, but you are getting a much significant power to drive your IEMs or headphones, which is one thing that you note to note. And also you are carrying a much lighter device comparing with the SP1000 with amp. So you're able to definitely drive your IEMs more with this player. Do I recommend that you should all rush out to buy it? Definitely no, because it's bloody expensive. But this is one of my interests. Music players and any monitors. I do like gadgets when I have time. And I've done some videos, but at the moment, as I said, I've not been doing much because of what's happening in Hong Kong or around Hong Kong. So I'm going to show you. This actually fits. Yes, it does fit. It's very tight though. You can see here that with the case, there is a bit of that bit sticking up because it's not wide enough, so that's why it's stretching a little bit. Height is just bare minimum. Look, it sticks out a little bit, but look at it. It's protecting more than the current SP1000 case that it came with. And do I want to spend another 1,400 or 200 buying another case? I don't think I will, because I think this case is good enough. We now have got two same color. Notice, even though they look slightly different, remember each leather is always different, so you're not always going to get the same leather at the back, but they are actually the same patina case that we have. But with the new one, the patina, as I mentioned, protects the top as well. And definitely, you can feel the weights much heavier with the copper. And so, what's different? I think the SP2000, definitely the weight has increased. This is a podcast that I listen to, which is the Couchcast about Apple stuff. And then, yeah, that is roughly. You can see that with this patina case, there's a bit of mark here. Doesn't make a difference. It still protects it more than the original case. And with the person who asked me, yes, this is a floating button that allows me to get back to the main menu. Or it's just like a back button, and you can enable that here. One thing to note for those who are thinking, is there going to be an amp for the SP2000? There is not going to be an amp, namely because the SP1000, which I'll show you here before. Well, I'll clean it first because it needs a bit of cleaning. You can see at the very bottom, we have some connectors. That means you can connect the SP1000 amp onto this. I've sold the amp because I think that I wasn't able to use it as much unless I was at home. And yes, but now, as I mentioned, they're comparable, but maybe the SP2000 has a bit more detail, a bit more clarity, and definitely the weight does matter when I'm comparing with the SP1000 with amp. And yeah, and that is the SP2000.